says above all, the heart is deceitful above many.
What they say. And a huge indicator of that is people's thought process about sex. That's the number one way in which people commit idol worship. You know, as of late, we've been seeing a perversion of sexuality.
Yeah.
Right. Case in point, you have an increase in transgender children throughout the last 5 decades.
Right, they knew what they wanted to be when they was 2, 3.
Right.
They don't even know they damn colors in 1, 2, 3s at that age,
And
man.
the parents are saying, well, I'm not going to give them a sex until they grow up and say which one they want to be.
Unbinding.
Well, you have a lot of people. Case in point, the first Lutheran Angelican transgender pastor. Well, she has transgender children, and guess what? Guess what? The kids are just out of middle school, right?
That's perversion.
They're being indoctrinated,
Into a lifestyle.
right? And that's how you know that we're at that end. Because ultimately it's to push understanding that you are God. There is no right and no wrong.
Do what thy will,
Do
man.
what thy will mentality.
That's that cup of Babylon, man.
That's right. And you got a lot of you guys out here that claim to be in the truth. You come under that cane, that same type of vibration. You have no fear about what you say as far as about the scriptures and things of that nature, right? Which is a huge indicator that the Most High not dealing with you.
And that's what he just, when he read Genesis 6, read it again.
Huh.
It's the same damn thing.
Genesis 6 and 5, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart were only evil continually.
Continually. See that?
Man. Man. Y'all can do that. That's all a human being, especially Esau, Edom, and you wicked Jakes know how to do. It's wicked. All right? It says Jake to do good, they have no knowledge. They're wise to do evil. Jake know how to do all the most wickedest shit in the book.
Right.
So imagine, all right, when we was damn near in our full strength back in Genesis,
Right.
how proud we must have been. All right? Popping this woman, popping that woman, not giving a fuck, man. The Lord included everybody on planet Earth. We was wicked as hell, man. The angels that left their first estate.
Jake,
It's everything.
Yeah.
it's been a legacy of just rebellion.
Right. What happened with Adam? right then and there in Genesis was going off, man.
Yep.
All right? And that's why Yahweh Shai had to come and do what he had to do. When you read Romans the 5th chapter, it tells you about that first Adam, which was the figure of him to come, which was Yahweh Shai, man. That's everything going back full circle, okay? So guess what? We went off, not after the similitude of Adam, but guess what? Now we're under the curses. We got to go through this shit. But like we've been saying, Babylon the Great is about to be destroyed. The curses are coming up off us, and about to be placed on Esau, Edom, all right, and you heathens, all right, and you wicked Jakes, the same must know it again by the way of death. After death by pain, man.
Right. This is Luke 17 and 25. But first, he must suffer many things and be rejected of this generation.
Right, Isaiah 53. And then you bum ass niggas that's saying this otherwise, may how about Shimon Shai deal with you, man?
Right.
All right, kiss the son, least he be angry.
Right.
Are you niggas out your goddamn mind? All right, but not only that, diluting any part of his book. You're anti-Yahweh Shai, man.
No miracles.
Right.
Here it is, we need a miracle, but you go pop up telling Israel the Lord didn't do no miracle, man.
Or these weird guys that truly ain't one body in Yahweh Shai that say, all they talk about is war. Did you not read, what was that, Ezekiel or was that Jeremiah? When it says a book
War,
of
yeah.
lamentations and woe.
Yep. Jeremiah 28.
Yeah.
Second Esdras, the 9th chapter, what are going through you peons fucking heads, man?
Right.
Obviously, Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with none of you guys,
And
man.
that's not even, that's a slander though.
Yep.
Really, we do all types of videos. But we focus on prophecy because we're in the prophets. What the hell are we
Sirach
supposed to do?
39 and 1.
You got it?
Jeremiah 28
Shalom,
and 8.
man.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Hey, what was the first thing the angel told John he was going to have to do in chapter 10? You would have to prophesy again before kings, nations, so on and so forth. What you think about? The same shit we talking about here today. The end of Babylon the Great. Jude seen it. Jude said, hey, hey, this scripture amazes me each time. It said Jude, the seventh from Adam, even prophesied of these Enoch. Yeah, I said Jude. But Enoch,
That's
man.
in that chapter. Right.
All right, about the Lord coming back and tearing this place up with the angels.
Right.
What was he reading?
It's everywhere.
Right.
It's
It
everywhere.
was in the spirit, man.
Right. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Of war. See, read that again. Start on.
Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me, before thee of old, prophesy both against many countries
Right.
and against great kingdoms.
Against. And the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Right.
So the spirit that they were in back then is going to be the spirit that they're going to be in these times.
Right. That's right.
All right? The idols that were back then are back here. The wickedness of our people that was back then is back here. So what in the hell you think the prophets going to be in there a lot?
Right.
That's right.
And we're telling you, look, war is coming.
Yep.
We're watchmen. We're reporting the news. The scripture talks about rumor. Literally, when you look it up in the Hebrew, it means news, report. So some things, before they hit, are going to be rumors. You're going to constantly hear. You're going to constantly see the prophets. MOTB, MOTB, war. You're going to hear that.
Pestilence.
If
Like
you watching the
Jacob's trouble.
hey, what the hell did you come to see? What the hell did you come to see?
Right.
A reed shaking in the wind?
Right.
But the prophets are here, man. What the hell do you all want?
Are you not
You
entertained?
not entertained? Go ahead.
Speaking about wars, look what's going on in Ukraine.
Right.
Right? There's been explosions. People are evacuating.
Oh, you see, he pulled up them tanks next to the border.
Yep. So
Like, Putin ain't fucking around, man.
there's a lot of things going on that's going to greatly affect you. And if you're not paying attention, you get caught up there. That's why we're so adamant about repeating ourselves.
I got you. What the hell you want us to
That's
do?
what the news does. If you watch the news, it repeats
Repeat
itself.
yourself, man.
But you got Jake out there that want to make these, it's like, y'all, I'm not,
No, you in the spirit, bro.
Hey, stay ass out.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's peon shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, excuse my language, at the end of the day, right, you got guys out there that are upset that we are repeating ourselves. What we must be doing.
They better read numbers.
When have you
Read
read the
the law.
Bible and it didn't say the same thing? Whenever you open the book of Matthew 11 or Matthew 1, it's going to constantly start off. Whenever you open a Genesis, it's going to always say in the beginning.
Right.
It ain't changed, man.
That's right.
Hey, Paul said, he said, I write no new thing unto you,
Right.
but that which is of old, man.
That's right. And that shows you that Jake has a very low level mentality, a mentality of getting by. We're trying to get the hell up out of here.
Right.
If you have an investment, right, that's about to hit, you're checking it off
Right.
because that investment could possibly
Yeah.
change your life.
Yeah.
Say for instance, you get into a situation, you put $100 in a year or two, you get 2 G's back. You won't be looking for the money, right?
Right.
How much more so for the kingdom of
The
heaven,
fruits of your
It's
labor.
an investment.
right? So
We're
if,
the investment.
if you had the spirit of Yahweh like one body Yahweh claims, then what should you be looking for? Where it says in Revelation 9:19 and 10, prophecy. That's why we repeat ourselves.
This is Matthew 11 and 6. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
That's right. You can't be offended in what's going on. You have to get over your emotions.
Right.
A lot of times people do with the people are argumental and talk about that in James the 4th chapter is because they're trying to protect their ego. And so they use these different defense mechanisms as order to get the solution that they want. And you see that in women. We are called to be men out here.
Right.
You can't reflect back to being a little boy, man. Because tension happens, especially when it comes to the word.
Right. And Jake is offended. They don't think coming out and just talking about the prophecies is enough.
Right.
Like they gotta add this to
Gotta
it.
be deeper, brother.
Right. Like manna. Here it is, manna came from heaven. And that wasn't enough for a nigga.
It tasted like
Here it is now we have manna in a spiritual sense. Okay? The hidden manna in these latter days, and that's not enough for Jake. Let me keep reading here. It says, Matthew 11 and 6, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. And as they departed, Yahweh Shah began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, which he's at the forefront of our prophecy. All right, even in this day.
Right.
Okay, what went ye out in the wilderness to see? A reed shaking in the wind?
That's right. Jake is looking for entertainment. And it talks about they went in Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, going into
A lovely song.
A lovely song, right? This is
Oh, these the Hebrew Israelites? Oh, they deep, man.
Yeah,
Hey, come check it out.
Yep. And you got Jake actually doing that, using the premises that music as a premises to supposedly push the word. It's entertainment to you guys, man.
Right. But what went ye out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment?
That's right. What you look to? You came out here to see fashion. Somebody who's fashionable.
Right.
Somebody who's cool.
Somebody that the world will accept.
A zaddy. You know what
Right.
I mean? You think I didn't want to be a zaddy? I had to look that word up. Somebody called me a zaddy. You know what I'm saying? A cool dad. Nigga, get your ass out of here with that, man. Hey, we here to preach the word, bro.
Huh.
It says, a man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft raiment and clothing are in the king's houses.
Right.
But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? I say unto you, and more than a prophet.
That's right.
Exactly. Hey, so John was rough, man. All right? He was rough around the edges, man. He didn't have the purple and the gold and this and that. And, yeah, camel skin. Hey, he was out there, hey, whatever the Lord blessed him with, he was out there getting it in, man.
Right, and you know what? The beautiful thing about him, he's separated from the temple.
Yep.
He didn't boast in that priestly position. He was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the wilderness. He saw all of the corruption, and he went to the wilderness to prophesy.
Yeah, was Levite, yep.
Yeah, it's basically from the line of Aaron.
Yep.
Because his parents burned incense. I mean, his dad, Zechariah, his lot was to burn incense, which that's the lot of the sons of Aaron.
Yep.
So here it is. He's born on the earth. He could have came and said, I deserve this, I deserve that.
I'm the chief.
I'm the chief. But he said, man, to hell with this temple, man.
Right.
To hell, these niggas are corrupting the temple. He went out to the wilderness and guarded a following in the wilderness.
Yep. That's heavy, man.
Heavy. And just prophesied of Yahushua, man. And that's what the prophets of this time are going to do. And when you get Malachi, the 4th chapter, what does it say? That's the final admonition. The final time the prophets are going to have to come into the earth and plead with humanity and plead with Jake at the end of the day. This is the last go-round. Wow, bro. Let's see here. I was in Luke 17. Or did y'all, what did I just quote?
Malachi.
Get Malachi 4.
I got you.
Somebody get that. But let me read this real quick. This is Luke 17. Luke 17th chapter and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Hey, niggas going off.
All the way off.
All the way off. All types of, just like the brother kicked it off. This place is demoralized, man. All right? All types of wickedness at high levels is going on, especially, not only in the world, but especially primed here in Babylon the Great. All right? Because this is the harlot that sits on everything and controls it, man.
Right.
Teaches the way of the world, man.
Right, and they use Jake.
Yup.
They use Jake. Jake is at the forefront of every perversion. If you peep it, Esau's using Jake to push all manner of evil, man. And that's where civil rights goes back to. Off of civil rights came what? Everybody get rights. Same thing you see with Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Off of the back of that, now you see, what do you see? All of these perversions, man. Because at the time of civil rights, what was next? Women rights, gay rights.
Yep. So on and so forth.
All of the rights. They always do it off of the back of Jake. And all of the leaders of the civil rights movement were Moors.
Yep.
Sexual perversion is a gateway to ultimately open you up to any manner of demon.
Open you up.
And that's what you see happening in this earth, especially amongst Jake. Because Jake ain't built like that. So Jake get into these different lifestyles and get bugged out and they get caught. See, that's why we're blessed to be in a secret place of Yahweh Shai. Because you don't know what kind of demon. We say Now that we're in our right mind, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't sell out. If the Lord put a demon on your ass,
It's over with. It's a fearful thing to fall
It's a
to the hand of
fearful
the Most
thing.
High. Fearful, man. And the Lord can bug you the fuck out, man. That shit's scary, man. That's why you gotta be humble. Jay coming to this thing and is self-willed, no manners, no etiquette, no none of that, man. Completely out beside his mind, man. All right? Think he knows something, this and that. Then when the Lord zapped his ass, now you're an example of what not to be, man. After you've been warned time and time and time again. Proverbs say, man, that's often reproved part of his neck, man. So you niggas ain't gonna get it. You just can't get right, man.
can't get right. You were created. It says in the book of Sirach, it says there is in the punishment of the proud, there is no remedy because the lot of wickedness have taken hold upon him. That's his lot. So the Lord, for the movie's sake, he created rebellious niggas. That's why in the book of Jude and Peter, it says natural brute beasts made to be taken. Meaning you were created to go off. You were created to be rebellious, to come against the prophets. And we're seeing these things exalt themselves in these latter days amongst everything. You got wars, rumors of wars. You got the signs of the stars. You got the chariots. You got the eclipse. You got the weather patterns that are all
Birds
jacked up.
just dropped dead again.
Right.
Shitload everywhere.
Famine, food shortages.
Hey, Florida going through one of the worstest droughts. They're orange, because you know they usually harvest their oranges.
Right.
It's at an all-time low.
Oh, right.
An all-time low, man.
Right, and it's only going to get worse.
right.
But another sign amongst all of those signs is niggas. The prophets and niggas.
That's right.
That's really, what does it say in the book of Isaiah? I and the children whom the Lord have given me are for signs and wonders
yeah.
in Israel. So the prophets are a sign, but also the rebellious of our people, man. And the spirit of anti-Messiah that's raising up in Israel in pride. And everybody is really coming up against the prophets. Everybody is trying to figure out a way to come up against the true men of the Lord, man. To try to overthrow the rebuilding of the tabernacle of David. Even people calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they're trying to fight against the rebuilding of the tabernacle of David and build their own damn thing, the house of Saul.
Right.
They want to rebuild, they're trying to rebuild that legacy of Saul. Saul messed up. And Saul's going to be all right. He's going to come back in the kingdom. I think it was through his nephew that David said, or was it his grandson? David said, you're going to sit at my table and pretty much you're going to be good.
It was Jonathan's son,
Right,
I believe.
right.
Jonathan's son who legs was broken.
So
I
it's his
believe that
grandson.
brother. Yeah.
So the Lord, it's through that line, through him getting mercy through David, Saul is going to come back, but it's going to be on the other side, man. Because the house of Saul is showing they ass in 2022. Okay? You got something?
Yeah, 2 Timothy 2 and it's a little lengthy. It's like
Nah, that's good.
2
Sometimes you got
Timothy
to
2
look.
and 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having this seal. The Lord knoweth them that are His.
It says the foundation. Can you read that part again?
God. Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure.
Hey, what's the foundation? It starts with the pillars, 12, so on and so forth. All right, that rock, Peter. All right, and then what? The Lord said, if your house be built on a rock, all right, when the wind and tempest come, hey, you ain't gonna be able to blow it away, right?
That's right.
All right, and that foundation is built on faith, which is only the elect has that, man. You can read that in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter.
That's right. Hey, but like I say, hey, the chief part is the chief cornerstone.
Yeah.
Right? Which you know, if you downtown and you see this particular stone right here, or the better example would be this one right here, that's at the foundation, that would be considered a chief cornerstone.
Yeah.
If you take that out,
Everything else crumbles.
this whole thing crumbles.
Gonna knock down other buildings on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna crumble. Oh yeah, he through.
See that? So Yahweh Shai is that chief cornerstone, which we know that he's being rejected by those that don't have this true knowledge, right? He's being made manifest who has it and who doesn't. Okay? Back to it though. 2 Timothy 2 and 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having this seal. The Lord knoweth them that are His, and let everyone that nameth the name of Mashiach depart from iniquity.
So you gotta know the name, man. That's like second Esdras 2 goes into them that stood so stiffly for the name.
Right.
All right.
And not only did they know it, they walked in it.
Yeah.
They walked in it. They reverenced it. They feared the name. Because a lot of people that know the name.
Right. Hey, the Lord said it. They're gonna say,
Lord,
Yahushua, Lord, Lord, Adawan, Adawan. The Lord gonna curse you niggas out. Get thee hence, for I have not known thee.
That's right. And if you look at that word in 2 Timothy 2 and 22 for injustice, for iniquity, it goes into being in unjust or engaging in injustice, right? So if you're doing that, trying to rationalize yourself according to your will, guess what? That's an indicator that guess what? You are evil, right? You're engaging in iniquity. The Lord God's not dealing with you. And you haven't truly repented. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's about. Repenting. Right? The Sakari camp, you guys think you can't be reproved, man. Right? Nobody can tell you anything, but yeah, you could talk about everybody's business, things of that nature. Do exposed videos, out people. They're not really, that this, according to scriptures, it's off. It's off. Ain't supposed to be doing that. But yet when somebody scrutinizes you, according to the doctrine, you can't take it.
Nigga lose his mind.
You started running back to reverting to being a gangster.
Yeah.
I said to your boy. Man, come on, man. You spiritually, emotionally immature, bro.
Little child, man.
It's childish.
Nigga went back to bubble eyes.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you tripping.
Come on, bro.
Real quick, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and 4. For though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of the winds, they shall be rooted out.
And it's beautifully how that was written right there, because it's going into a metaphor of storm. And what do we see going on around us? There's a storm.
Spiritual storm, yep.
There's a spiritual storm coming. There's physical storms that are here, right? And there's symbolic storms, meaning all hell's about to break loose. So in that time of adversity, we're going to see what you gentlemen are about.
Right, we're gonna see who's gonna last. Said their roots are gonna be torn up. All right, what did Yahushua say to that one fig tree that didn't have no fruit? All right, he said, basically, cursed be every man that's likened to this tree that's not bearing fruit. All right, because, hey, what good are you, man, to Yahushua Shem Yahushua if you're not bearing no fruit?
The
Right.
imperfect branches, right, what you said,
Right.
shall be broken off, their fruit unprofitable, not ripe to eat, yea, meat for nothing.
Like sour grapes. And the Lord talks about, if you ever had a fucking sour grape, it's horrible, man. Horrible, man. Unripe. Not ready. All right? Niggas ready to be teachers, but don't know how to wipe their own ass, man.
Oh, man.
All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up men in front of us to give us the experiences that they had so we can learn from their mistakes. So on and so forth. But see, everybody wants to be the man. Just like even if you is on that hip-hop gang shit, that's the downfall. Everybody wants to be the man. Nobody knows how to play their fucking role, man.
Right.
Because they're full of vainglory, man. King David said it the best. If I could only be a doorkeeper, man. And that's the king.
He got his wish. He got the key.
Right, he got the key. Because who's the door? Yahushua. It says the porters. All right, when you look at that word a porter, it's like a butler. Somebody, hey, come right on in. David's the first one.
But it comes with authority.
Yeah.
We're fighting to get that, to get our copy of the key.
Shit.
All right? Because that's authority, man. That's what we are. We're fighting for our crown. A place within the Lord's tabernacle where ultimately he's going to give his elect men free reign to judge on earth. Like in righteousness. Whatever your will through me can be done wherever you go.
That's heavy, man.
And the 144,000 are going to directly have that power, that authority. And the rest of Israel are going to have their authority. And within their rank.
Every man in his order.
There you go.
Yup.
Go ahead, man.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 16, verse 20. It says, no heart can think upon these things worthily, and who is able to convince his way? It says in verse 21, it says, it is a tempest which no man can see, which is the ways of Yahweh Shemiah Shai.
That wind that's coming, that tempest. And if you're not rooted, because a lot of people know they're Israelites just in word. I know I'm an Israelite. I got my fringes on. I don't eat pork. I go to the Passover, whatever it may be. And that's all good and dandy. That's prophecy. Israel would have to wake up. But a lot of you don't have the breath. A lot of you haven't really digested this whole road, because when you hear particular things, it's bitter to you. So you would rather deal with the flashy side, the dancing, the being happy,
Attracting more niggas, man.
Right.
Because you want to be accepted of the niggas.
Right.
See, you ain't accepted by the men of the Lord because you're going off. There's some things you need to correct, right? Which that's all right. We all got to be corrected, man.
Right.
You think the elder apostles didn't go through their fair share of shit? You think they don't get on brothers here, us, and GMS? All right? But you can't take it. So now you need, it's just like the nigga who wasn't shit in high school. All right? Now you got to go become the sheriff, have a gun badge, and wreak havoc upon everybody, man. All right? That's what you niggas are, man. And all we telling you, hey, is get right where you how about Chanel Shine. Now, you either can do that or not. That's on you.
It says, it is a tempest which no man can see, for the most part of his works are hid. You know, which is Yahweh Shemiah Shai. It says, who can declare the works of his justice? It says, or who can endure them? For his covenant is afar off, and the trial of all things is in the end.
Right. And that's when everything's going to be proven. It says your work should be tried by fire, man. All right? So, hey, everything's going to be manifested in the end. Who the sons of God are, which the creature itself is waiting for that manifestation of the true living sons of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Everything is waiting for us, man. All right? Oh, go ahead.
2 Timothy 2 and 20. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth.
Right,
And
so your base things that are not as valuable, man. All right? Because you can see a nigga drinking out of a wooden cup. It's not the same as drinking out of a golden cup or platinum, so on and so forth, man. Precious stones. Okay? Go ahead.
some to honor and some to dishonor.
Right? Hey, what the Lord said, the kingdom is heaven is like a net cast into the sea, getting good things and bad things. The Lord's going to keep the treasure things, right, which is the elect, and cast everything else back into the sea. All right? Which this time is going to be a sea of fire, mingled with glass, man.
That's right. That's right. And if you, man, how Timothy wrote this, you know, I believe Timothy wrote this. It's like Paul wrote this in the water.
Sure, can you say slips like that?
Yeah, no, I was about to read that thing. Just put this to make sure. But now Paul wrote that was so beautiful. He say, look, we have to fear the Lord if you know the name. You know? Because some vessels of honor are different. We don't know who we are, man. So there's a sense of humility, like the Malak is going into, man, that we have to have.
Right.
And those that understand the will of Yahweh by Shemel Shah, guess what? They're going to exemplify humility, man.
Right, at the end of the day, man. Hey, what it says before honor goes what? Humility. So those are the ones who's going to be honored in that day. Not no niggas, no chest cats walking around with their chest all out, man. But they know something. The Lord said, if any man think himself to be something, let him know that he is nothing. And the things that you do know, all right, you ought to know, man, because Yahweh Shemel Shai gave them to you, man. I didn't wake up knowing, oh, I'm Israelite, I'm getting all the breakdowns. No, I had to learn through a man.
Right.
The first principles, which are the oracles of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, Acts 8 and 13. Right, I have placed elders in every city. You read that in Titus, man. Titus 1 and 10. Okay? So there's nothing to be fucking proud about, man.
Right, right. We're going to be the man. Once Yahweh Shai is the man, That's
Right.
what we're joint heirs, and we gonna be proud in righteousness. Then we don't have the right to be, because we gotta get to the finish line first. We have nothing to glory in ultimately, but what the Lord is doing, because we're here to uplift the names of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's what the earth has not reverenced. It's been too long. The earth is not under the influence of fearing the Lord. The
Right.
earth is under the influence of what? Science,
Self-will.
pride, do as thou wilt. And the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai have been tossed away. As the scriptures say, the truth, which was once without fruit, shall be declared. And it's being declared in these latter days, man. And you Edomites are reacting to it. Wicked people too. Niggas, they're reacting to what? Because the closer the Lord gets to the earth, the more and more everybody's intent.
It's
As he
turning up.
said, it's going to be show itself by the end. The
Yep.
end, man.
Verse 21, if any man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use.
Says sanctified, holy, set apart. All right. Hey, there are certain cups you have for the regular guests.
Right.
But then it's those crystal glasses that you bring out for your homeboys, man. Your niggas, your brethren. Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, but something higher than that, because you go back to the spirit. All right.
And meet for the master's use and prepared.
And who's the master? Starting with Yahweh, then his son Yahweh Shai. Scriptures clearly say, kiss the son, lest he be angry. All right? Yahweh gave him that authority.
Gave the inheritance of everything.
You
Just like
niggas
you would do
talk,
with your son.
man.
No, you got it.
No, you got it.
Just like you would do with your son, the Most High did with his.
Right.
And you better honor him. And even in ancient cultures, when kings sent their son somewhere, you was
the
to
word.
respect.
He was the word. Hey, you get back into the, I watch Spartacus, Vikings, all that, man. When you watch one of the latest Spartacus, he said his work, his son, which was what was it, Tobias, all right, and he was his Tiberius. It was his signet, and what he said, this is as good as my word. This is my word. His son. So it was just as good. It was just as good.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
I'm upset.
Come on, man. Because you wouldn't go into the white man's university and start screaming like that if you seen him teaching, right?
Who are you?
I'm just saying you wouldn't do that. If you saw them,
I didn't know it was
have you
recorded.
ever? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We teaching right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we teaching right now, brother. You just screaming and
I'm
shit.
sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just saying, because our people don't do that to Esau. If Esau was out here teaching, our people walk up, you know. But you know what, that goes back to self-hatred. But anyway, you got it.
No, these damn demons need to be corrected, man. All right? But like you said, man, we see damn Edomites paying her. Put some money, brother.
Well, that's when Jake pull up his pants. They hide the rocks. Their voice get that high pitch. You know, hey, how you doing, Mr. White Man? Laughing at them stupid ass jokes. But then when it's their own people, what do? Oh, nigga, shut up! What you doing? Don't nigga do it, man. Bitch ass dog. Look at that. And that's why the Lord drowned them niggas back then, man.
That's right.
Right when he would have walked up back there, the rain would have came on the earth, man.
Oh, you still preaching? No.
Right. That's what happened at the time of Noah. And that's what these people are in for. You people need judgment, man.
That's right. Use your motherfucking ass.
These people have no fear of the Lord at all, man.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? And it's a learning experience. The water to you, how about you now? Shot for letting us learn now. Get our affliction now so we can know better.
Right.
But even, I got 2 daughters and I'm raising them up. Sometimes they gotta do that shit so they can know not to. I just like touching the stove. This shit look enticing as hell till you touch that shit. Now, next time you see that shit, no, I ain't gonna do that again, man. That's what the Lord's about to do with this fire, man.
Got one real quick.
Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and 19. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation.
Horrible. Horrible, man. And you niggas have no idea what type of power we have, man. Yahweh, all right? Exodus 15:3, a man of war. Yahweh Shai, the death angel. Do you know what type of havoc is about to come upon this planet Earth? And primarily to you Israelites, Jacob's trouble. There you seen it, man. You gotta imagine a time that's so bad that Michael, not only Yahweh Shai is going to come, but Michael, the archangel, has to come from the heavens to cover the elect. The hell with the rest of you niggas. Right? These angels are going to be wreaking havoc, according to Sirach 39th chapter, man. These angels are going to be fucking you 2/3 up. You're not coming out of this Egypt this time. And when you actually do come out, it's going to be through the loins of the elect, man. Right? You niggas need to be sons. You need to be babies, man.
Well, this is in the wilderness. This is what the chariot did, the angel did in the wilderness to Jacob. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 11 and 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And that was Yahushua. That angel that followed Israel in the wilderness, that's really what Israel was supposed to. You really didn't, we shouldn't have even needed the fringes. Technically, now because of our hard heartness, the Lord, but technically, that was the sign.
Hey,
It followed us. It followed us the whole time.
It said in Exodus 23, it says, "This is my angel which I shall send before thee. Listen to ye him."
Right.
If you don't listen, he's not going to pardon your sins.
Right.
Who the hell do you think that was talking about, man? Like the brother said, that was the fringe.
That's the sign.
Even going back to Moses, nigga, they wanted the king. Everybody wanted the king. They forgot that Yahweh was the king. He was the ultimate sign.
Right.
Jake be out there. Man, Jake, it's crazy how when you go back into these time periods, Jake seen the miracles and still didn't believe. That's the crazy part,
He
man.
sent you food out of that chariot. That angel, the Lord sent angel food out of the chariot. You starving, he sent you manna. I mean, quail and manna.
Now, these niggas want that chicken, man. Fucking quail.
But then you still, after I saw that, you would think, like the brother, the dude who picked up the stick on the Sabbath. Seeing the angel there, you would be like, man, you know what? Every move you made
Would have been in
would have
wisdom.
been like in wisdom.
Like, shit.
But right now, you have miracles happening through the Spirit, man. Prophecies being fulfilled. The elect being raised up. And Jake ain't scared.
This is Numbers 21. I'm gonna just get to the point. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way." Verse 5.
Jake complaining, man. That's like us complaining because we're going through this narrow passage now spiritually. Now, of course, hey, you're going to have your complaints and shit. We're in the flesh. We're in the flesh. But shit, y'all, it's a difference between complaining and being a nigga. All right? You niggas was being niggas, man. Go ahead.
And there it is. The chariot was right there, though. You know.
Right.
And
Then, two big-ass walls of water, Lord dried the land. They shoes didn't even get muddy. These was the niggas, bro.
Complete. And that's why that generation had to die off.
verse 5. "And the people spake against the Most High and against Moses."
Right, talking shit. How do you talk against the power that just did all this? Oh, let's go back to Egypt. At least we had watermelons, cucumbers, this, that. You niggas. That's why Joshua and Caleb was ready to get down on them niggas that trick. They said, oh, the Philistines, they too mighty. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go ahead.
And it says, "Wherefore have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread." Now, what was that light bread?
I was shot.
It's symbolic of Yahweh. It was a manna.
Loathe them.
See the
Same
spirit.
thing you doing now. Same thing. Like that. Loathe them.
Man, his ass
Get his ass chewed up behind this bitch.
he was just speaking about that, bro.
Hey, but guess what? That's basically what Israel did to the Most High. Chewing the Lord out. Running to the damn neighbor's house to get fucked. So on and so forth. You gotta understand how far the hell we went off from Yahweh, man. From Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That shit should humble you, man. Think of a fucking woman being reckless, doing all types of manner of wickedness, man. Do you know how much patience Yahweh has? Do you know how much patience Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai had to deal with niggas in the wilderness, man?
Imagine your woman get caught on tape.
Oh,
That's
my
basically
gosh,
the nation of Israel. We cheated on the Most High. You can read that in Ezekiel the 16th chapter. Ultimately, he's
Yeah, it
like
got
it.
rough.
He's basically like, I gave you this, I gave you that. I took you in when nobody wanted you. I gave you earrings. I gave you basically a priesthood. I gave you this. I gave you a badger skin, which is a leather jacket.
Right.
You know, you get Eve that leather jacket back in the early 2000s. 'Cause that's what they used to wear, badger skin jackets. He said, I gave you badger skin, I gave you this, and you gonna go and step out on me? Man, playing a harlot? So we should be humble right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We deserve worse. We really don't even deserve to be alive, technically. We're going according to the Lord's standard and the laws.
Oh, man, we did.
We'll be out of there.
But we can keep them all,
I
brother.
said that word. I had that word horrible.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, not horrible. I meant to say light. Excuse me. That word light in the Hebrew is quala, right? Which means contemptible or worthless.
And that's how
Yeah.
Jake looks at the word of the Lord as worthless. It's not enough. It's boring. It's played out. All right, we heard you. Nigga came on Apostle Tahar video earlier. You say the same thing every video. But we already heard that. Which is not true, but why are you here? Why are you here at the video
Engineers, they want to hear something new.
just to really ultimately put that vibe out there of a judgment to come back to your ass?
If I'm tired of watching the episode, I won't be watching that fucking series no more, nigga.
Yeah, this is what we want to talk about.
Right.
This is our platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's very offending.
Right.
Right.
Go on somebody else's page and, why ain't you talking about this? Nigga, you a man, bro. Go establish what you want to talk about.
Right.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah, so Jake looks at this word as contemptible. The word of the Lord enough, which is what we were commanded to do, is preach the word, is ultimately in Jake's eyes is I can get so much more out of it. Like with who was that? Judas with the oil.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Listen to
basically,
your soul.
he was like, yeah, we can,
Right.
you know how much money we can make off this? Why you gonna just waste it on him?
So, Wisdom of Solomon 1:1, love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him.
Woo.
Yeah, just brought that out because Jake, they don't come to this truth with a simple mindset, you know, because Paul said it's simplicity of the gospel, you know, but Jake want to add things to it, you know.
Oh, it's good. Shit.
Yeah, the simplicity in Hamashiach. And that's where the Israel is at their best, when they're just going doing what the Lord told them to do and nothing more. Because the way that Jake worked, man, we take everything too far. That's why it's not wise to show Israel particular things and use this truth to put. We're supposed to show Israel the severity of the Lord, as the scriptures say, through the terror of the Lord. What do? We persuade men. The Lord is not nothing to play with. All right, the Lord is a serious problem. We just talked about the flood. The Lord flooded the whole earth, the known earth at that time, and then saved only 8 people and other species, man.
Right.
Do you realize how hardcore you got to be to do that? But now, as we have gone through this experience and have prophesied and have lived in Babylon, and we see how Jake act, we get it.
Yeah, we understand.
We understand that this is that flood-like behavior.
He got to a point with Jeremiah, I believe it's chapter 16 or 17.
Yeah.
He cursed all them niggas,
18,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, 18, yeah. That curse of Jeremiah, man.
Right.
That Jeremiah put on you niggas goes till this day, man.
Right.
That's how hectic it got, man. You niggas gotta die.
At first, he was in that I love my people.
Right.
But then after a while, he was like, Lord, have mercy on. But after a while, after they kept trying to set traps, they kept talking, they kept making videos. Because
Right.
those same niggas that were in Babylon coming up against Jeremiah, now they have keyboards and internet access.
Trying to catch you up in your words.
What's your password? What's your internet code? That nigga. and now he has internet access, and he's doing the same thing that he was doing to Jeremiah, but now it's a virtual scoffing. And if they could, and they are going to come up to the camps, be prepared for that, brothers. Before Esau rose, guess who's going to be up at the camps trying to fight the prophets? Jake. And we're close to those times, man, because we're cutting them, and the Spirit of the Lord is out in them. They're being exposed, so they're going to respond carnally. They're not going to respond spiritually.
Right.
We cutting them, doing all Ali video. What you think Jake for the roll, man?
Man, that shit hurt when the nigga ain't beating you up physically, just hitting you with the right. People like, shit, we just got, hey, they try to throw your house off the cliff.
Just for reading.
Right. Shit, ready to kill. Paul had to get let down in the basket, man. That's how we know the spirit gets under you.